Okay guys, so as we dive into this next part, I've asked our good friend Josh, he is one of the filmmakers here at DEO, and he is gonna kind of come in and help guide us on where we're gonna be headed as a workshop and also to deal with some equipment costs in a few moments. So Josh, kind of tell me a little bit about where we're coming with as far as perspective of this class.
Yeah, well first thing, film takes a ton of people. I mean, you'll see the credits at the end of the film. Some of them go on for 30, 15 minutes, just naming everyone that's been on it. But the most important person on the set is the director. And that's what this class is gonna be coming from. It's gonna be coming from the director's point of view. So as we're talking about editing, camera movements, working with actors, storytelling, all that kind of stuff is gonna be from the director's point of view. We have later classes that talk a little bit more in depth about cinematography from a DP's point of view and from an editor's point of view, but this class will be specifically from the director's point of view.
Yeah, and we assume, of course, that the director is going to be the person who's actually doing this class.
Right, and the director is you, so congratulations, you've just been promoted.
Awesome. Well, now tell me a little bit about kind of where we're headed as a class as far as the final film project, what they're going to be doing.
So this class is building you up for a final project. The final project is going to be you actually getting your friends together, getting your script, all your stuff together, and you're going to be making a movie. Each section is going to be building you up to this, but already now you should be kind of getting focused on maybe some ideas of what you're going to be doing. It's probably going to be around a 7-minute long movie or something like that, but we're going to get more specifics as the sections go on more.
All right, and right now I know it's early because this is the first section, but I think we need to talk a little bit about the importance of friends and volunteers and starting to round up a crew now.
Yes, it is very important to be already asking, getting all your friends together, all your families together. I can't tell you how many times, as soon as I got an idea for a film, I started contacting, calling as many people as I can, because you can't make this movie without friends. Friends, they are your best friends. Your family will be your best friends throughout all this. They will help make this happen, because you can't do it on your own. You have to have people helping you. You have to have actors. You have to have people helping you run camera or doing audio or any of that kind of stuff. So already be making a list now and kind of contacting people on who can help you make this film and make it possible.
Yeah, I think it's good. It also helps because as you're thinking of, okay, I want to shoot, we're going to need the locations, friends, family members, homes, businesses, things like that. You're going to be looking for access of places where to film your final film. And so, yeah, like you said, I mean, you're going to need to start contacting as many people as you can. We can't stress it enough. A director, you're going to need a lot of people to help you with this class. So start calling people. Yeah. And now to dive into the really fun stuff, we're going to spend a little bit of this section talking about equipment, because there's so much equipment these days. We live in a great time where it's never been easier to make films. And at the same time, there's so many tools and things out there that you can use. So we're gonna have Josh here guide us through a little bit about cameras, options, equipment, things like that. So I'm gonna turn it over to Josh at this point.
All right, guys, now let's go talk about some equipment. I love this part. I love equipment. Technology is awesome. Right now is a crazy cool time to live because we have technology all over the place. And honestly, one of my favorite cameras when I travel, when I do photography, when I do anything, I use this thing. This is just an iPhone 5. The cameras on these things are amazing. Even with the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 4, it can do some amazing footage and some great video. There's apps for these things. My favorite app is called Filmic Pro. It really lets you control the camera a little bit better and do some great footage. And then moving up the list, we have things like DSLRs. DSLRs, you can get them as cheap as $300, $400. Most of them do video now. This is a Nikon D5200 and it shoots video. It ranges from about $500. But these are great, fantastic cameras. They're super portable. The footage looks super sharp, full HD, it looks fantastic. I would highly recommend going this route. If you're wanting to move up a little bit, there's a company called Blackmagic. They came out with some amazing cameras that shoot up to 4K, 5K. This shoots up in the 1080. It's called a Pocket Blackmagic. It is a fantastic, it ranges from about $1,000, so I know that's a pretty big hit on your wallet, but this is a fantastic camera. And then for some of you that are like really connected with your church and everything like that, I'm sure a lot of them have some older cameras like this, but still shoot really well. The only things about this is they're kind of bigger and bulky, and if you were to buy one of these things, they're very expensive, but that's still a range that you can use something like that. All right, guys, so now let's talk about some audio. There's lots of different levels of audio, but kind of the first beginner level is the on-camera microphone. Now on these DSLRs or even on your phone, there's just a couple little holes and that's where your built-in microphone is. That's kind of your last option. That's your last resort, is to use that microphone, because really you can't control it all. You have to control it by putting it the distance from your subject. So that is what we do not recommend. You really want to get away from that, but if that's your only option, that's just what you have to work with. It's kind of the next option moving up is a lapel. This is a lavalier. This is a wireless mic. It just kind of goes on you. They have different ranges. And you can also just buy the microphone itself and not the attachment. You can actually even plug it into your phone and record that way. That's a lot cheaper option. I think it's about $80 for one of these microphones. But if you're wanting to move up, the next option would be to buy one of these receivers. And then you can even plug it straight into your camera and you can run your audio that way. But the best option would be to get a separate recorder. There's two different brands that we mainly use. There's Tascam and there's Zoom. This is a bigger Tascam that we can use. These things are portable. The microphones can hook straight into it and you can monitor your levels. And again, these range from about a couple $100 to $400, but you can find one I think that we use. It's the DR40 and it's about $200. But those are almost a must when you're doing some serious filmmaking, because you have to be portable and really control your audio. And now the best option that we think for microphones is booms. Boom poles look like this. They're directional mics, and so you can hook them on boom poles or you can point them. They use XLR cables that run into the recorder. So these are really your best options. It has a wide range of recording. And then from there, it's the lavalier, and then from the lavalier, it's the on-camera microphone. So we highly recommend you have to have some form of audio, because that is a huge part in filmmaking. So for example, just to kind of show you how we're filming here, we're actually running with two cameras, and these are Canon's 5D. We got one right here that I'm pointing at, and then we got one in the back right there. And then for running for audio, we have this boom microphone up here. That's called a Wombat that's on it, just kind of takes away from the wind. And then we're running it down this table into a Zoom that is recording all of our audio. And it's portable, runs on 2 batteries, and runs on SD cards. It's fantastic. So right now we just got 2 cameras set up. We got a boom microphone up on this pole, and through that we're running through the XLR cable all the way down to the Zoom. And that's kind of how we're filming these classes.